Welcome back. Now as we proceed, let us look into another application question. We are expected again to read the scenario and answer questions that follow. In this scenario, we have Johannesburg traders who took now insurance against theft, damage, fire, and burglary due to high criminal activities and strikes in the surrounding areas. So we have A, which says to us now as a question, quote 3 examples of insurable risks from the scenario. That's one. Then with B says to us now, explain the meaning of non-insurable risks. And then option C as a question says, discuss the importance of insurance for businesses. Now let's start with option A as a question now. Johannesburg traders took insurance against theft, damage, fire, burglary due to high criminal activities and strikes in the surrounding areas so that they could be protected should any looting occur inside their business. So you're expected to identify 3 examples of insurable risks. So what you will see there is that we have theft. Do you think theft can be insured? If yes, you are correct. Damage. Do you think damage could be insured? What is damage? If you are taking insurance on damage, what are you taking insurance on? So damage cannot be considered to be an insurable risk because damage would happen to is actually the event that the business is trying to prevent. So you cannot take insurance on damage. So damage is not to be quoted. So when you look into the 3, you'll say theft, fire, and burglary. Those are the insurable risks that should be considered. The first one is theft. Then we also have fire. Then we also have burglary. So those are the 3 insurable risks from the scenario. Then the other question was to explain the meaning of non-insurable risks. What do we mean by that now? These are risks that cannot be insured by the insurance company as the insurance costs are too high. That's one. Then number 2, the insurance company cannot calculate the profitability of the risk, and therefore they cannot work out a premium that the business must pay for these types of risks. These are risks such as changes in fashion. These are risks such as irrecoverable debts. So those cannot be insured for. Then discuss the importance of insurance. What are the advantages of insurance? The advantages are the insurance would give the business this advantage: transfer of risk from the insured to the insurance company to say whatever risk now is no longer our accountability, but the insurance company can take care of whatever risk. And then the transfer of risk is subjected to terms and conditions of the insurance contract, which would be your principles of insurance. Then it protects the business against dishonest employees who might steal for the business, for instance. And then it protects the business against losses due to that of a debtor. Then it protects the business against theft or loss of stock caused by natural disasters. And then we have another application question. Here we're expected to identify the types of insurance which is applicable to each statement below. So we are talking about the types of compulsory insurance. Here we have Tladi, who will receive compensation for loss of her now for losing her job due to restructuring of the company. So Tladi will receive compensation for losing her job due to restructuring. So which compulsory insurance is that one? We also have Levy. Levy will be compensated for serious injury or injuries he sustained in a taxi accident on his way to work. Now, let's identify the 2 compulsory insurance that are applicable there. The idea of losing a job makes Tladi to be unemployed. So the answer there is supposed to be unemployment. Unemployment insurance fund. Then when we look into levy and being now in an injury while heading, or what that is sustained while was heading to work, so this would be your road accident fund. One can think and say, why is this not considered to be compensation for occupational injuries and diseases? It cannot be, because this was a taxi accident that occurred on his way to work. So it should be compensated by the road accident fund. So those are your two compulsory insurance applicable there. Then discuss 3 types of benefits covered by the unemployment insurance fund. The first one is the maternity benefit. Maternity benefit, employees will receive these benefits for up to 4 consecutive months, because this means they cannot have their source of income due to being pregnant and being on failing to perform their job. And then adoption benefit, employees in the process of applying for adoption, employees may receive these benefits if they adopt a child younger than 2 years of age. Then dependence benefits, this now is to say dependents may apply for these benefits if the breadwinner who has been contributing to the UIF dies. So this is how they would qualify for the dependence benefit. So with that being said, let us take another short break and we'll come back to finish up our lesson. Thank you.